I wanted to make this video 2 weeks ago, and you can obviously tell by the title what this is about. But seeing last week's chapter, I was like, I don't see any point in making a video on it. But then seeing this week's chapter, seeing that she retained her sense of self. Hello everyone, and welcome to my what I want done for Bambietta, or what I hope is done for Bambietta. Oh god. What I'm about to say is like obvious. This isn't the what I want done part, but let me say something before I get into that. Bambietta, her debut glorious, stole Komamura's Bonkai, laid waste to a lot of cannon fodder Soul Reapers, but taking Komamura's Bonkai was the highlight of her debut. She is a crazy character. She isn't the one that is the type to take smack talk from anyone. She is a strong and determined person, in my opinion, for that part. She also... I'm getting ahead of myself before I go into that. She also shows strength within both her combat abilities, her tactical skills to an extent, of course, and her general emotional state, if that is the correct term. I don't even think it is, but still. Now, for those of you who are thinking, like, tactician? I don't think so. I will give you that, but I have a funny feeling that if Shinji didn't tell her his powers, she would have figured it out with ease, at the very least. Anyway. Saying all that, like, she's a good character. She isn't the best fleshed out character, I will admit. I'm not that stupid. I mean, the only two... If we're talking about Stern Ritters only, the only Stern Ritters I can recall that had a backstory were Asnot, well, I know for definite, and the twins, Royd Lloyd and Lloyd Lloyd. Interesting backstories for the twins, to be sure, but yeah, Asnot was yeah, seeing his backstory was the nail in the coffin when Rukia killed him. But yeah, I'm not here to talk about those two. Just saying. There are a lot of mysterious Stern Ritters within... Yeah, there are a lot of mysterious Stern Ritters. Some we want to know more about, but obviously we don't see that happening, because I will firmly admit that the Espadas are obviously well fleshed out characters beyond the Stern Ritter, but in my opinion it's because there's so many Stern Ritter and so few Espada. Now back to Bambietta. After a fight with Komamura and the loss, I was glad that she lived. I was glad seeing her conscious. I didn't like her being injured, but still, it was a good fight for Komamura. I mean, the way she went down, it was obvious that, well, from the get-go, that this was to flush out Komamura more than Bambietta. But that's what I thought at the beginning, but now I think there's more to it than that. Upon seeing Giselle, Candice, Minanis, Stern Ritter P, I can't remember her name, and little Toto crowding round her, I was like, oh, so they've come to rescue her. And then seeing the page, I was like, oh god, she's terrified, but what about? And then her return, I hated it because of what she'd become. Thinking she was a lifeless carcass just being used for battle, I could handle. But knowing that, like I said before, she retained a sense of self is rubbing salt on the wounds to the Bambietta fans, and for this character in general, whether you're a Bambietta fan or not. I mean, you must admit, this is a torturous way. I mean, I think this is the only thing that I can remember that Kubo has done, not over the top, but out of character. Bambietta was on top. She was literally, out of the four, yeah, well, five, stern female knights, she was the top dog, and now seeing her grovelling. Oh, I said five stern girls, didn't I? Still not used to that. Seeing Giselle, him, now using her to his own advantages. Giselle has been reduced to an animal now. No, Bambietta has been reduced to an animal now. She's her pride and self-respect for herself is slowly breaking, because now she's begging for flesh. It's possible, but maybe something else. I don't really know. But she was afraid of him. It's not something that she's shown. She never showed fear. Shock, yes. But even when facing down Komamura and his horrified Bonkai, she showed no fear. I mean, she probably thought that she may lose or get injured, but even knowing that, there was no fear. But now she's a slave, being tortured both physically and mentally. I don't want to think what else he's done to her. I mean, someone put a comment on Facebook, and I think you can already figure it out. But yeah. Have I lost self-respect for her? No, not in the slightest. Do I think Kubo has a plan? Yes. I mean, if you've been looking in the comment section, I highly doubt that for the people that have seen the reviews on on Bambietta's appearance as a zombie, and then the 2 chapters past, I've been talking to Dark and Gate, and I keep saying that I hope Bambietta has a backstory. And let me explain. Yes, I will admit that a lot of Sternritter, the only 2 Sternritter that have been flushed out are Asnod and the twins. Past, like, so to speak. But yes, I know that there are a lot of more popular Sternritters. Well, actually, going through screen time, well, not screen time, visual time, it's just been Hoshwald. I mean, he's the only one that is potential to have not a lot, but quite a bit of backstory. But with Bambietta, yeah, she hasn't been shown much. But seeing that she's returned now and going through all this, it makes me wonder or hope that her backstory will be significant. And I have a funny feeling that I will connect the dots with the other Sternritter knights, her friend, well, I can't even call them comrades. I don't really want to say their names, I'll just say them. And connect the dots between Giselle, Candace, Lil Toto, and Sternritter P. What's her last name? McCann, I think her last name is? McCann, yeah. Because, hear me out. Her being put through this, because I know that she's the only character that has been going through this type of torment, in the sense, like, being killed and then being tortured through death. Hell doesn't really count, but she's living death and still being tortured. I just want Kubo to flesh this character out, because the way it's going about, I just hope he does us some service. Because, yeah, I like her. I mean, I will hold my head up and say I like her. I mean, you'll probably think this is fanboyism, and I will value that opinion, because it probably is. I'm not gonna lie. But I'm not really a big fan of Hoshwald, but I am looking forward to his backstory. Make no mistake, I am. I just hope that there will be a backstory, though. So yeah, kind of a random video. I know it's just talking about Bambietta, which is obvious because that's the name of the title. I'm so stupid. But yes, it's just like, how do I put it into words? When you see a character that you like going through something that you would have expected, it makes you wonder, like, oh god, is this character going to be done a service, or is this just to some sick game? Well, I don't think Cooper would do something like that, but yeah. But if for some reason, well, hold on. If for some reason Giselle dies, I know Bambietta will die along with her because I think they're connected. Like once he dies, so will Bambietta again. But this is where my fanboyism comes into play. I just hope that somehow, in some small way, that her zombified form is reversed. I don't think it will, but yeah. I just hope that she really gets a quick death and some major backstory, or at the very least, not too short, not too long, just right, 2 to 3 chapters maybe, just no wasting pages. I mean, if you go by that, then 2 chapters would be enough. So yeah. Let me know what you think of Bambietta in the comments, whether you like or hate her. I mean, like, if you hate her, let me know why. I mean, the only hateful thing to me that, well, not hateful, hateful strong. The one thing that I disliked her doing was killing that random stern with the reason was because, yeah, that was just, oh, wasn't expecting that. I mean, I knew she was a crazy badass, but I didn't think she was the type to kill her own comrades. Yeah. So yeah, let me know what you think about her. Like I said, if you hate her, let me know why. And if you like her, what you want more to be done that I haven't said. I mean, I know this has basically been a summary of Bambietta, but yeah, I just felt like I needed to make this video. Good day.